The largest map ever in a Paradox game, over 1,000 playable nations, and a population engine that simulates every living individual that existed in 1337. We'll be breaking down the game's living world and the pops that inhabit it in today's Europa Universalis 5 feature video. Spanning 500 years from 1337 to 1837, EU5's map features over 1,000 playable countries. As you explore the globe, you'll see changes in seasons, like snow-covered Alps in the winter, or lush Indian plains in monsoon. All intended to immerse you in the world, but also provide tangible in-game effects, like blocking movement of armies or disrupting production. The geographic impact seen in EU5 isn't limited just to seasons. The map features detailed topography, varied climates, and levels of vegetation. You will see your nation industrialize visually on the map as you build more buildings, infrastructure, and develop your natural resources. You will find yourself adapting your nation to the topography of the map. If your nation controls the coast, major rivers, defensive mountain passes, or even ocean straits. Whether it's tropical jungles, arid deserts, or Arctic tundras, the EU5 map is split into tens of thousands of detailed locations. Individual locations are the building blocks of the world, and we have around 30,000 of them. The Holy Roman Empire is depicted as a labyrinth of tiny states, each with its own distinct population and borders, some as small as a single city. Locations can be rural, towns, or cities. You will focus your food and resource gathering operations in your rural locations, but you can also develop them into small towns and large cities. You will be navigating the world of EU5 with our updated and advanced map mode system. Map modes in EU5 are a set of tools you can use to adapt your worldview to the information you need at hand, quite literally. There are over 70 different map layers that change the information visually presented to you on the map. There's the all-important and familiar political map mode outlining nation borders. There are map modes for geography, topography, map modes for RGOs and markets, map modes for war, map modes for peace, map modes for colonies, map modes for wind. All the map modes are organized into the new dock present at the bottom of the screen. You can customize what map modes show up in the dock for quick access, and you can search for specific map modes that you might not use regularly. Now let's take a look at one of the most important map modes in EU5, the population map. In EU5, we've moved away from a more abstract population system from previous games. We now represent the population of the world, or POPs, on a much more granular level. Without POPs, resources will not be gathered, food will not be grown, there will be no men to stand in your army, and your colonies will never populate. While playing EU5, one of your main priorities is keeping your POPs alive. But we are getting slightly ahead of ourselves. Let's explore what a POP is. Every single person living in the world is simulated in EU5, and all of those individuals are grouped into POPs. A POP is a group of individuals that share a common societal class, religion, and culture. A POP can be small as one individual person, or as large as millions. They will require food, and they all have their own wants and needs. They will work your fields and in your factories. They will fill your armies, and they will die by the blade, by shot, and by disease. They also have their own wealth pool, ready to be taxed. Clicking on any individual location, you'll be able to find the breakdown in your POP's demography. POPs can promote and demote through social classes, and each social class has a different impact on your gameplay. For example, burghers and laborers will work in production buildings to bolster your economy, while clerics will work in scriptoriums and churches to increase your literacy rate and help you research. If there are jobs at a location and not enough of a POP to fill them, POPs will promote or demote from adjacent classes to fit the demand. They may even migrate in from other locations. Your POPs are more than just a one-dimensional representation of workforce, though. Each POP has a culture and a religious belief. There are over 300 religions and countless cultures in EU5, and you'll quickly notice it's rare for a location to be completely homogeneous. Let's take a look at an example of population more in depth through the eyes of Tinto's home nation of Aragon. In 1337, you'll see a mix of culturally and religiously diverse provinces, as well as some more rural ones with a less varied demography. Let's take a closer look at Tarragona. We can see that a single social class, in this case peasants, can be made up of a multitude of different pops. We have Andalusi Sunnis, Sephardi Jews, and Catholic Catalans, all forming one societal class. In EU5, there are different ways to balance the wants and needs of your population, even though there might be political, cultural, and religious friction caused by the differences. Will your population starve under your rule, while enemy armies run amok in your farmlands? Will you allow a variety of cultures to flourish in your nation, boosting the chances of great works of art? Will you become an industrial powerhouse, a resource giant, or the breadbasket nation of the world? Will your peasantry rise from serfdom naturally through literacy and prosperity? Or will they rise up themselves by force, or simply succumb to the death that stalks the land? Pops will need food and different resources depending on their class. Your pops will fight in your military, whether it be peasant levies or professional soldiers. Your pops can fight for you or even against you politically, and your pops will have their own drive and ambitions they wish to fulfill. You can pre-order EU5 today, and if you want to read more about the living world in greater detail, check out the accompanying dev diary linked in the description below.